I will be issued a delayed certificate of birth. But at this moment, according to the state of Idaho and the federal government, I do not exist. Of course, I did exist. I had grown up preparing for the days of abomination, watching for the sun to darken, for the moon to drip as if with blood.
Dre bounced the ball. What you got, cuz? He start right. I follow and run straight into Sean's chest. They running a pick and roll. Dre get away from me and King go after and leaving Sean open. Sean gun for the hoop. Dre tossed the ball up and... God damn. Sean dunk on King.
Old age isn't for sissies. I can't believe I'm getting old. Why do people ever say happy birthday? And the list goes on. We've heard them all. However, if one is lucky enough to be blessed with good health, growing older shouldn't be something to complain about. It's not a surprise. We knew it was coming.
Make the most of it. I come from a country which was created at midnight. When I almost died, it was just after midday. 1 year ago, I left my home for school and never returned. I was shot in the head by a Taliban bullet.
And a ceaseless energy that allowed the translation of new ideas into papers and projects. Medications not only cut into these fast-flowing, high-flying times, they also brought with them seemingly intolerable side effects. It took me far too long to realize that lost years in relationships cannot be recovered, that damage done to oneself and others cannot always be put right again, and that freedom from the control imposed by medication loses its meaning when the only alternatives are death and insanity. The war that I waged against myself is not an uncommon one. The major clinical problem in treating manic depressive illness is not that there are not effective medications. There are, but that patients so often refuse to take.
There are situations in life in which one feels trapped. But when you are trapped in a body to which you feel no connection, a body you feel doesn't belong to you, there is no escape. That's gender dysphoria. 40 years ago, there were no role models for Dawn, who in early childhood knew that something was really not right about her body. She had no idea what it was. Perhaps her family also sensed something about this as well, because they treated her like an outsider.
My family and I innocently decided to let MTV cameras into our lives for the Osbournes. I got thrust into the spotlight, and let me tell you that when the glare hit, I did more sweating than shining.
My grandfather died, and his name was William, a.k.a. Bill, Billy, and that's where my name came from. So, Pirate is my middle name, as well as Eilish. Billie Eilish, Pirate Barrett O'Connell. And there I am in a little pirate hat.
Of early mornings, late nights, and good old-fashioned hard work, there is Rebecca Minkoff, the brand. As the founder, I get to be the chief creative officer of a global company with a range of apparel, handbags, footwear, jewelry, and accessories that are all available online and through over 900 retailers around the world.
With the force of it, rose slowly from the table where I'd been studying, deliberately donned my lavender raincoat, my hands shaking, sweat forming along my hairline like condensation over a steaming pot, chose my words carefully, not wanting to suggest more than I meant.
I'm a storyteller.
I am going to school.
I would like to tell you a few personal stories about what I like to call the danger of the single story. I grew up on a university campus in eastern Nigeria. My mother says that I started reading at the age of 2, although I think 4 is probably close to the truth.
And you wish you could have said something, but you didn't. A second question I have is, has something ever happened to you and you never said anything about it, though you should have? I'm interested in this idea of action, of the difference between seeing something, which is basically passively observing, and the actual act of bearing witness.